Hi everybody, I'm Lynn Burkhead of MajorLeagueFishing.com, sitting alongside Timmy Horton, one of our favorites here at MLF. And Timmy, I got to ask you, man, what's I can't grow hair anywhere, and man, you got it growing everywhere. What's going on with? It's working out for you.
You know, it's kind of a superstitious thing, I guess. I had rotator cuff surgery back in the fall, and so I had to lay around for like a week or two, couldn't go do anything and didn't shave, and my wife liked it, and that's all I had to hear. You know, after that, I just kept it. So.
You know, you've done very well on the Bassmaster Elite Series Tour, and you were Angler of the Year your rookie year, and you carved out a very nice career. But how has Major League Fishing changed you, Timmy Horton, as an angler?
I think the biggest thing is stick with what you're doing. You know, so many times you get caught up, you don't hear and you can't feel and see what's going on until you get to the weigh-in of a tournament. Now, all of that is transpiring at every moment, and you're hearing it. And I think you learn, stick to what you're doing, have confidence in what you're doing, and don't get concerned. Some days it works out, some days it don't, but I can promise you this, if you start trying to do what other people are doing instead of what you're doing, you're going to fall behind. That's the biggest key I've learned, is to stick to the strengths.
I know you just said stick with what you're doing. How hard is it when you're kind of languishing back in the pack a little bit, but you hear that Ott Defoe guy, or you hear that Van Dam guy, or you hear that Iconelli? How do you stay within yourself and say what I'm doing is eventually going to work?
Yeah, and with me through MLF, it's really been consistent, you know, as far as like, I either don't find them and I finish really low, or I can make it all the way through to the championship, you know. So for me, I've stuck to that, and I feel like I have to. I don't go find singles on the bank, you know, and you can get behind quickly in MLF and then find yourself not ever finding anything out to catch up. But boy, when you do find that, you can make a move quickly. And what I have found is I have to stick to my strength and be able to do that.
Do you think it's fair to say that on the Bassmaster Elite Series Tour and the FLW Tour, and do you think it's fair to say that you have to develop a new mindset for Major League Fishing?
There's no such thing as finding the wrong fish in Major League Fishing. It's all about finding fish, and then just capitalizing as quickly and as much as you can. You don't find a school of fish that's not the right size. You just don't. You find a school of fish, you catch them. That's a lot more fun. When you know, hey, I have found a group, I'm gonna keep casting, and when I get bit, I'm gonna set the hook, and then just get it weighed in and make another cast, and knowing that fish counts instead of saying, okay, in 30 minutes it's not going to count. No, it don't go away. So that part of it has definitely changed it.
In this, you're looking for whatever will bite, and you instead of going out there, you tend to go up to the bank more often in Major League Fishing. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt. The highest percentage to catch a fish on any body of water is to get on the bank. That's the main break line. That's where the main area to be able to catch a fish is. It may not always be a winning area in other events, but boy, in Major League Fishing it can, and for the most part is a lot of times.
There are a lot of fans that watch Major League Fishing that they don't fish a lot, but there's a lot of hardcore anglers that watch it, and they're eager to be the next Timmy Horton. So whether it's at the classic stage or whether it's at their local bass club, based on what you've learned over the years from Major League Fishing, what advice would you give to them? What can they do by watching you fish on TV and learn and apply in their local situation?
I think they're doing that. I think the advice to give them is to keep watching, because what Major League Fishing does, it puts the practice into the scenario, it puts the thought process into the scenario, and then the equipment and tackle used to be successful. In a major bass tournament, you see the weigh in and you say, okay, this is where and how I caught them. You don't see all of the in-between. In Major League Fishing, you see that. That's why it's resonating with the fans, and they're getting every answer. They're not just seeing the end result, they're getting the entire formula to figure that out. So just keep watching and seeing how the guys catch them.
Has Major League Fishing made Timmy Horton a better bass angler?
There's no doubt. You are paying attention to every hook set. You're paying attention to every bite. You know, sometimes when you get on a school of fish and you see a 1.5 pounder jump out there, you may get lackadaisical thinking it's not going to matter at the end of the day anyway. Not here. It causes you to have a focus every second of every day, because you're wrapping up practice and competition all in one. And if you don't have that focus every second, you're going to fall behind.
Timmy Horton, beard and all. If you'd like to learn more about our anglers like Timmy, go to our website, MajorLeagueFishing.com.